Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Planet Zoo and Wildlife World. And I know it's been a little bit since the last episode, so thanks everybody for kind of sticking around and probably been patiently awaiting the next episode. But this one's going to be a little bit of a big one because we have lots of updates that we have done throughout Wildlife World. Well, mostly around the train line that we covered in the last episode. Actually, funnily enough, it's been so long since the last episode, I actually had to go back and rewatch some of that just to see what we covered because I couldn't remember. But yeah, so right away, this is our new gigantic dome slash, it's a multi-purpose building. And so where we are, and we're gonna kind of zoom out. So we're in the African Carnivores section of Wildlife World. So if we zoom out, you can kind of see where we are. So like there's the lions, there's the elephants, and this used to be, so that's the cheetahs, and then the wild dogs are there. The last episode, I showed it briefly. We're working on the train station right here, and I wasn't really happy with it. I didn't really like how it turned out, so I just kind of, while we were streaming, just started building something, and it turned into this giant dome structure, which I think turned out really, really cool. I'm super happy with it, but it ended up working as like a multi-purpose building. So we have the train station in there. We also have parts of 2 habitats as well as like a food court. So this is the Nile monitor habitat, and as you walk in, guests will also get a view of it here, which you can see. They'll come around, they'll sit, they'll watch they'll watch through the glass walls, they'll sit at the picnic table and kind of eat and maybe watch the animals as well. This is the giant food court plaza area, so we've got a couple shops there, we have an ATM. It's a big, wide open plaza, which I think is really cool. I used the red temple roof pieces to cover up the floor to make our own custom flooring, which I think turned out really cool. And I love the red color of these temple block pieces. But yeah, and then this is the new train station, which is, it's really simple, honestly, but that was on purpose after we built this giant dome because there's so much going on with the dome that this needed to be a little bit more simple. I made a custom queue area and removed like the curb and didn't add any railing, so it just looks like kind of like just a big open space where people can wait while they're waiting for the train, which really in reality the path it starts here and it really just goes up there. But when you use like custom floors like this, it gives the impression that it's, just this big open area. But I really like the simplicity of it. I like how it's kind of sitting on this little kind of rock bed here, and it really pulled the whole thing together. And then also kind of keeping with the realism theme that we try to add. So I added like a little staff door here that, maybe because this is a building here, the workers, maybe they would come in there. There's like a little hallway that kind of goes into each shop or whatever. Or if there's, maintenance, we actually have a power generator in there. We sneak in, there you go. So, and it is connected, so the mechanics can go back there and fix it. And then here, finally, we added the spotted hyenas, which is super cool. And I think this habitat turned out really cool. It's, it's fairly simple for the kind of stuff we usually do, but again, I think because it's sitting in this giant dome, it's okay that it's a little bit more simple. But then you pop out over here And then some of it is outdoor as well. So, you know, the hyenas have a little bit of indoor stuff, but they have a little bit of outdoor as well. I also changed the path here to the gravel one because I also added the curb, which is just the default curb when you have that turned on. But it just fit this area a little bit more, especially because over here, like, check this out. We added this like kind of little garden water feature area, and oh my gosh, like this is one of my new favorite areas. I just love how it's so picturesque and cozy and relaxing, and just, I don't know, like it would make me want to just like get a book, come sit on the bench and read it while you smell all the, like, there's so many flowers. You'd hear like the sound of the waterfall or the fountain, which is a custom built fountain. It's fairly simple, but we just got a couple lion statues there. We got some water. Yeah, and then so the train, as it comes out of the dome, as it's doing right now, it crosses this little kind of natural water feature we made, has a nice little waterfall there, and it's just like, it's super picturesque. It's like I said, this is probably my new favorite spot in the zoo. Like, I just really happy with how this whole thing turned out. But then you can also see I added a tree line going all the way around the opposite side of the train tracks. So when guests are actually on the train, they won't be able to see out this way because it's a ugly flat map that doesn't have anything interesting to look at other than maybe like the mountains in the background, which are really cool. But you can see those anyway because they're tall, because they're mountains. So you still see the mountains, you just can't see the flat part of the map. But that goes all the way around the outside. I actually added like a really big kind of area right here, and we still need to do back here, but yeah, we're slowly getting that added. So yeah, we have our nice little kind of garden like area here. Then it moves on. We added all of this, which is new. The toilet block here is been here for a while, but all of this, like the trees, I actually took this little kind of, I guess, pavilion kind of thing. This is originally from the North America area, right in front of the Timberwolves. So I just copied it and brought it over here and kind of made it fit with the area, because I really liked it, and I like kind of having like a nice little covered area for the guests to walk through. You know, they'll still walk down over this part of the path if they have like a nice view of the lions, which I've seen the guests do, so that's super cool. They still use this little kind of offshoot path there. But you know, if they aren't stopping here, the guests will just continue walking on and they'll just go on this way. I also kind of cleaned up the Indian rhinoceros habitat a little bit. So you may remember there used to be a really tall barrier here, just like a concrete wall. It's actually like this. It went all the way around. I switched it to the null barrier and then just kind of fixed up the terrain around here, added all of these trees. All of this is brand new, and I just think it looks so much better than this big ugly concrete wall. I might change this back here too. Maybe just leave this one, because it's so much nicer looking. Especially, you know, we try to do like really natural looking as possible habitats. So I just think it looks so much better. Like you're a guest, you're standing here, you're looking out, you're like, oh, it's really scenic and picturesque. That's what we try to go for. We still haven't done anything with this train station yet, but this will probably be our next big build that we do here, because I don't think we have really anything else from this point to do. So pretty much all of this is done up to right here. I did do a little bit more detailing around the train line as we make our way around. So like added these trees here, added like the raised terrain under the track, added like some fallen trees there. We got like some little rocks and stuff. And then another big update, again, trying to make things look a little bit more natural, a little bit more kind of scenic, is we also had the same concrete barrier going across here, which was just really ugly. And so I finally fixed that up. I actually used just the chain link fence barrier here because I don't think the elephants can break through it when they're in the water. I mean, I haven't seen them do it yet. I know that I think they have to have at least like a 4 level like rated barrier. The chain link fence is only a 2, I think. But because it's in the water, I don't think the elephants can break through it. So it should be okay, but it looks so much better. And oh, perfect, right as the train goes by. Like, it just looks so nice. I added like this rock wall, all the foliage and everything there. Did the same thing on this side. Added like some rocks and trees, just trying to make it look really nice. I also prepared this ravine a little bit. It still needs some more work, but you can see like I did some stuff along here, like some plants kind of growing up where the supports are, which I was thinking about doing custom supports for this, but I actually think the default ones here work really well, at least for this spot. Like, I think, especially like when you look at it like here, like the wood pillar supports really just work. And then I think once we get in more details with like trees and stuff around here, it'll look just that much better. But yeah, so there you go. There's the most recent update to Wildlife World. Hope you guys like the new additions that we made. Be sure to leave any comments you have down below. If you have suggestions on things we should build. You know, we're getting pretty close to the end of Wildlife World. We have to finish the detailing around the train line and the train station that's right next to the camel habitat hasn't been touched at all yet. So we still have a lot of detailing that needs to be added, but we're, I would say, 90 to 95% done with Wildlife World. So with that being said, you know, as we get closer to starting a new zoo, give me your guys' thoughts, your suggestions on what the next zoo should be. One thing I really, really want to do is I want the next zoo to be a lot more compact, a lot smaller, and probably go with like a single theme for the whole zoo rather than multiple themes for the entire zoo, because I think one of the things that really made Wildlife World blow up is the fact that we have an area of the zoo for each theme in the game, and 2 DLCs. So it's so massive. And you know, don't get me wrong, I love it. I love Wildlife World. But that being said, for the next zoo, I would definitely like it to be more compact. I have some specific ideas about what I might want to do with it. So, but I also don't want to just, you know, I don't want it to just be my idea. Because you guys, you know, you watch, you enjoy it, hopefully. I think you do. And I want you to see your ideas put into the zoo as well. So, yeah, definitely leave all that stuff in the comments. And like I say this all the time, if you're ever interested in watching us build live, I stream it every single weekend on Saturdays over on my Twitch channel. So the link to that is down in the description, always in every single video. And yeah, so I think that's it. So As always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See you.